holding ourselves to unrealistic expectations, questioning every move we make. But here's the thing, self-doubt thrives on this cycle. It feeds on the fear of failure, the pressure to be perfect, and the constant comparison to others. And if we're not careful, it can trick us into believing we're not capable of the things we dream about. The good news is, self-doubt isn't a permanent state. It's a mindset, and mindsets can be changed. The first step to conquering self-doubt is recognizing it for what it is, a narrative we've told ourselves for too long. It's not the truth, and it doesn't define you. So how do we break free? Start by challenging the thoughts that fuel your doubt. When that little voice in your head whispers, "What if I'm not good enough?" Answer it with, "What if I am?" Instead of focusing on everything that could go wrong, shift your energy to what could go right. Self-doubt often tricks us into focusing on our weaknesses while ignoring our strengths. Take a moment to think about the skills, qualities, and experiences that make you uniquely capable. Write them down if you have to. When doubt creeps in, look at that list as a reminder of your potential. Next, take small, consistent steps toward your goals. Self-doubt often feels overwhelming because we think we have to tackle everything at once. Break your goals into manageable pieces and focus on one step at a time. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. It's proof that you're capable of moving forward. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Doubt grows in isolation, but confidence builds in connection. Lean on friends, mentors, or loved ones who uplift you and remind you of your worth. Sometimes we need others to help us see the potential we can't yet see in ourselves. Finally, remember that failure isn't the enemy, it's part of the process. Every successful person you admire has faced setbacks and moments of doubt. What sets them apart is their decision to keep going anyway. Failure isn't a reflection of your worth, it's a stepping stone to growth. So let's drop that heavy backpack of doubt, step out of the fog, and start walking toward the life you want. Your dreams aren't as far away as they might seem, and you are more capable than you realize. Now take that first step, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content that will keep you inspired and motivated. You've got this. Your goals are waiting. Reveal the core of who you are, strong, capable, and deserving of success. The key is to stop giving self-doubt the final word in your story. It might always be there, whispering in the background, but it doesn't have to control your actions. Think about it this way. Every time you take a step toward your goals despite your doubt, you weaken its grip. You're teaching yourself a new habit, a habit of confidence and resilience. Confidence isn't about never feeling doubt. It's about acting in spite of it. Let's address the fear that comes along with self-doubt. Fear loves to show up when you're about to do something meaningful. It tells you to play it safe, to stick to what you know, and to avoid risks. But here's the truth. The life you want is on the other side of that fear. Every time you push past it, you're expanding what's possible for you. Start small. Take a single action that feels slightly uncomfortable but moves you closer to your goals. It could be speaking up in a meeting, sharing your ideas, or trying something new you've been putting off. These small wins add up, proving to yourself that fear doesn't have to stop you. Rewrite the story you tell yourself. Instead of focusing on why something might not work, focus on why it could. Challenge the negative thoughts that hold you back by asking, what evidence do I have that this is true? Most of the time, you'll realize your doubts are assumptions, not facts. Celebrate every bit of progress. Confidence grows through action, not waiting for the perfect moment. Each step you take builds momentum, and before you know it, you'll look back and see just how far you've come. Remember, self-doubt is a habit, not a destiny. By recognizing it, challenging it, and choosing to act anyway, you're breaking free from its hold. You're showing yourself and the world that you're capable of incredible things. So let go of the stories that no longer serve you. Take that first step today and keep going, even when it feels hard. The life you want is waiting, and you are more than ready to claim it. And don't forget, if this message resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss content that inspires and empowers you. Your journey starts now, and I can't wait to see where it takes you. Confident, capable, and successful. The fear of being judged or misunderstood often holds us back from trying new things or stepping out of our comfort zones. We imagine what others might think or say if we fail, and that imagined criticism can feel so real that it stops us in our tracks. But here's the truth. Most people are far too focused on their own lives to spend much time judging yours. The fear of judgment is often just that, a fear, not a reality. And even when people do judge, their opinions reflect more about their own insecurities than your worth. Self-doubt thrives on these fears, feeding off our need for approval and our aversion to risk. It convinces us to play small, to stay stick to the familiar, and to avoid situations where we might fail or be judged. But the irony is, by trying to protect ourselves from failure, we also protect ourselves from success. To break free from self-doubt, we need to challenge these roots. Start by questioning the beliefs you've carried for years. Ask yourself, who told me I wasn't good enough? Why do I believe that failure defines me? What's the worst that could happen if I tried and didn't succeed? Most of the time, you'll realize these beliefs aren't based on facts, but on old stories that no longer serve you. Reframe failure as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Each time you stumble, you're learning, growing, and getting closer to where you want to be. Instead of tallying failures as reasons to give up, count them as evidence of your effort and courage. Stop comparing yourself to others. Your journey is uniquely yours, and success doesn't have a single definition. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remember that every step forward counts. Finally, give yourself permission to try, to fail, and to grow. You don't have to have everything figured out, and you don't need anyone else's approval to pursue your dreams. The only person who gets to decide your worth and your path is you. By recognizing the roots of self-doubt and challenging them head-on, you can start to reclaim your confidence and see the potential that's been there all along. It's time to stop letting fear and doubt dictate your life and start taking steps toward the future you deserve. Your potential is waiting, and it's more powerful than you think. Keep going, and remember, each step you take is a victory, no matter how small. The journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Let yourself grow, one step at a time. Feel like turning back is the safer option. But what if failure and risk aren't walls meant to stop us, but doors meant to push us forward? Reframing how we view these concepts is a powerful step toward overcoming self-doubt. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every person you admire for their accomplishments has experienced setbacks and mistakes. The difference is, they didn't stop when things went wrong. They learned, adjusted, and kept going. Each failure is a lesson, not a verdict on your worth or ability. Think about it. When a child learns to walk, they fall countless times. No one views those stumbles as failures. They're just part of learning. Why should it be any different for adults pursuing their dreams? Every risk you take, every attempt you make brings you closer to where you want to be. The fear of failure often stems from how we've been conditioned to see it. Society tends to celebrate success and sweep struggles under the rug, but struggles are where resilience is built. They're where we discover what we're made of. Instead of fearing failure, start to see it as a stepping stone, a necessary part of growth. Risk is similar. It feels intimidating because it requires stepping out of the familiar, but staying in your comfort zone doesn't keep you safe. It keeps you stuck. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It means being courageous enough to try, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Start small if you need to. Take one step outside your comfort zone and see how it feels. Each small risk you take builds your confidence, showing you that the world doesn't end when things don't go perfectly. Over time, you'll realize that the real risk is in not trying at all, because that's how dreams slip away unnoticed. Reframing failure and risk isn't about pretending they don't exist. It's about shifting your perspective to see them for what they are: opportunities for growth. They're not proof of your limitations, but evidence of your effort and willingness to evolve. Remember, every great achievement began with a risk and often included failures along the way. The next time self-doubt whispers that you're not good enough or that you'll fail, remind yourself that failure and risk are just part of the process. They're not barriers, they're bridges. Step onto that bridge, and you might just surprise yourself with what's on the other side. Failure and risk are often seen as obstacles, but in reality, they are essential parts of the journey toward growth and success. Instead of being barriers, they are stepping stones that help us move closer to our goals. When we shift our perspective, failure becomes evidence of our resilience and ability to learn, while risk becomes a bridge to new possibilities. Failure often feels like a verdict on our abilities, but it's not. Every successful person has experienced setbacks and challenges. These moments are not signs of inadequacy. They are opportunities to adapt, grow, and gain insights. Failure is rarely a dramatic, all-encompassing event. It's more often a series of small missteps that guide us toward improvement. Each stumble, though uncomfortable, teaches us something valuable and pushes us forward. Risk, on the other hand, is not about recklessness. It's about embracing possibility. It's the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Without taking risks, you remain stuck in a comfort zone that feels secure but prevents progress. Risks are investments in your future and dreams, and while there's no guarantee of success, the potential rewards often outweigh the fear of failure. When you reframe failure and risk, you recognize them as natural and necessary parts of growth. Every failed attempt adds to your experience and sharpens your perspective. Every risk you take opens up opportunities that wouldn't have been possible otherwise. Avoiding failure and risk may feel safe, but it also means avoiding the very experiences that could shape and strengthen you. Growth doesn't happen in stillness. It happens in action, even when the outcome is uncertain. By embracing failure as a teacher and risk as a chance to believe in yourself, you're stepping onto a path where every challenge is an opportunity to become who you're meant to be. Failure is just feedback, a signal that you're moving, growing, and pushing your boundaries. It's proof that you're doing something meaningful. Risk, meanwhile, is the leap that declares belief in your potential. When you embrace both as essential parts of your journey, you open yourself up to growth and possibility. Deep inside, we each have an inner compass, a quiet, persistent guide pointing toward what we truly want. It's the pull you feel when you imagine living life authentically, aligned with your deepest values and passions. However, the noise of self-doubt and external expectations can bury that compass, making it feel inaccessible. Reconnecting with it means tuning out the noise and listening to your own voice again. This compass isn't random. It's shaped by your unique desires, values, and strengths. It represents the part of you that knows what fulfills you and what you're capable of achieving. Following it isn't about choosing the easiest path, but about honoring the choices that feel right and authentic to who you are. In a world filled with maps drawn by others, expectations, societal norms, and comparisons, your inner compass is the only guide that leads to your true destination. Take a moment to reflect on what you genuinely want. Separate from what you think you should want. Where does your compass point? Trust it. Whether it's pursuing a creative goal, making a bold career move, or simply living with more purpose, your inner guide has always been there, waiting for you to take that first step. Practical steps to overcome self-doubt. Breaking free from self-doubt doesn't require a complete transformation overnight. It begins with small, intentional actions. Each step forward is a vote of confidence in yourself and proof that self-doubt doesn't control your life. Here's how to start. 1. Take action, even when you don't feel ready. Waiting for the perfect moment often gives self-doubt more time to hold you back. Start small, even if it feels uncertain. Write the first sentence, make that phone call, or take the first step in your project. Once you're in motion, self-doubt fades into the background. 2. Practice self-compassion. We're often our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to standards we'd never impose on others. Growth inherently involves mistakes. They're evidence of learning, not failure. When you face setbacks, remind yourself that struggle is universal and a natural part of progress. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. 3. Build momentum with small wins. Confidence grows through action. Every small victory, no matter how minor, proves to yourself that you're capable. These wins accumulate, creating a solid foundation for tackling bigger challenges. By consistently acting, treating yourself with compassion, and celebrating progress, you weaken self-doubt's grip. Each time you take a step forward, however small, you're choosing to believe in your potential. Over time, these choices transform doubt into confidence, and the life you've been dreaming of starts to feel not just possible, but inevitable. Just a faint whisper compared to the roar of your determination. It becomes less of an obstacle and more of a reminder that you're stepping into something meaningful. With each step, you're proving to yourself that doubt doesn't define you, your actions do. The journey to overcome self-doubt and chase your dreams is not about being fearless. It's about feeling the doubt and moving forward anyway. Each time you choose courage over hesitation, you're rewriting your story. You don't need to have all the answers to take the next step. Clarity often comes with action, not before it. Perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. Embrace the imperfections, the missteps, and the lessons they bring. Those stumbles are not failures. They're building blocks, adding strength and resilience to your foundation. With every challenge, you're growing stronger, more capable, and more prepared for what's ahead. Remember, this path is yours and yours alone. It's shaped by your unique experiences, values, and aspirations. There's no blueprint for your dreams, no map for your growth. Your journey doesn't need to look like anyone else's, and that's what makes it extraordinary. Each step is a statement that you're living intentionally and authentically. Think of your progress as an unfolding story where self-doubt plays a role, but never gets to dictate the ending. Each decision to trust yourself is a chapter of growth, courage, and transformation. When challenges arise, and they will, pause, reflect, and adjust, but always keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may feel. Hold your vision close, that goal that excites you, that dream that feels worth every effort. Let it be your guiding light. When doubt tries to pull you back, remember why you started. Every person who has achieved something meaningful has faced moments of uncertainty. They succeeded, not because they were fearless, but because they chose to keep going. Growth is a journey, not a destination. The person you are today will evolve as you take each step forward. Every action you take builds momentum, opens new doors, and strengthens your belief in what's possible. While self-doubt might never vanish entirely, its power will fade as your confidence grows. What once felt like a barrier will transform into a stepping stone, carrying you closer to the life you've envisioned. Your story is waiting. It's time to write it. Overshadowed by the confidence you've built through experience, self-doubt begins to lose its grip. Remember, you don't have to navigate this journey alone. Along the way, you'll encounter people who believe in you, mentors, friends, and communities that uplift you, especially during moments when self-belief feels distant. Lean on them. Their support can be the fuel you need to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. The journey is undeniably yours, but having others who encourage and remind you of your strengths can make all the difference. They'll help you sustain growth, keep self-doubt at bay, and push you to achieve more than you ever thought possible. As you prepare for what lies ahead, remember, you're more capable than you realize. Trust that part of yourself that's ready to grow, to take risks, and to persevere through challenges. Confidence isn't something you wait for, it's something you build with every step forward. Self-doubt is just a shadow, fading away as you move toward the light of your full potential. The life you desire is waiting for you, just beyond hesitation, past the walls self-doubt has built. Your inner compass, your courage, and your unique path are all within you, ready to guide you forward. So, are you ready to take that first step, to walk your path, and become the person you were always meant to be? Thank you for watching this video on overcoming self-doubt and pursuing what truly matters. We hope it resonated with you and inspires you to take action toward your dreams. Remember, building self-confidence is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight, but every step you take brings you closer to your goals. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more empowering content. Your future is waiting. Start building it today.